Don't assume anything. Don't assume you can read people's minds as much as I know we all think we could. Don't, because you really don't know what's going on in somebody's mind, in somebody's head. What's good, y'all? Young Suelo back in the booth doing my thing. Another Sage Cam coming to you guys this week. We're continuing on the 4 Agreements series. We're on episode 3 of the 4-part series. Don't make assumptions. Bam. Let's get it. Cool. Don't make assumptions. It's pretty simple, pretty basic. Yet a lot of us make assumptions quite often. You know what I mean? Sometimes assumptions can be really helpful. Sometimes they can be really hurtful. I guess a good way you could say that assumptions can help you is more or less of making an educated guess, you know, kind of connecting the dots, putting 2 and 2 together, and you came to this conclusion. You know what I mean? But that's more, I don't know what you call it. It's more scientific, you know what I mean? But I'm talking about making assumptions just based off of your beliefs and what you think about somebody or a certain situation. Let's not make assumptions. Let's make everything clear and concise. Let's get right down to the point, to the nitty gritty from the jump, right? So in any relationship we have, whether it be friendship, marriage, work relationships, we don't want to make any assumptions because it could be the ultimate downfall to our relationship. We don't know what the other person is thinking, and they don't know what we're thinking. So never assume somebody can read your mind, and never assume you know what other people are thinking. Basic example, is straight up just like a marriage relationship between 2 people. A mistake a partner can make is assuming that another partner knows what they're thinking or what it is that they want at that moment or the time being. And don't assume that your partner can read your mind. Yes, you guys may know each other really well, but I know from my own experiences and seeing other people's relationships where they just assume that the other person knows what they're thinking and what they want to eat or what they're feeling or what they should be doing at that time. And you don't know. You can't read somebody's mind. You know what I mean? Not yet, at least. Don't assume that somebody knows how you're feeling. So rather than waiting for that person to act a certain way that you're expecting them to act on because you assume they think you know, instead of waiting on that and assuming, be clear and concise. Get right to the point. Tell them, hey, yo, I'm feeling this way, this, that, and the third. Let's talk about this. Cool. Let's sit down and have a good conversation about it. It's all about communication. Communication is key to any relationship, like a work relationship. If your boss or gives you an order to do a certain task, and maybe they weren't too clear on their directions, and you just go on about it and you attack it and you take on the task and you say, okay, and you end up doing a bad job, right? And then your boss is mad at you for not doing a good job. Then you're mad at your boss because you're thinking, well, you didn't give me the clear instructions on how to do this, whatever. And then he's mad at you because you didn't do it right. And he thought he gave you the clear and concise instructions. He thought he told you how to go about it properly, but apparently he didn't and you didn't understand it. So from the jump, you should have said, yo, can you go over this again or explain that a little bit more because I didn't quite understand it, rather than just assuming. And what I notice about a lot of people, I know I'm guilty of it too, is some people won't ask for clarification on something for the fear of looking dumb or just like egotistical things. Like they kind of feel like if I ask you for more detail on something that you told me, or like on instructions from your boss or whatever, if I ask you, it's gonna make me look bad. Like you're thinking that your boss is thinking that you're an idiot for not understanding and for asking more questions. Like I broke it down to you plain and simple. You should get it. Like you're dumb. Like no, that's it. Drop that, whatever. Like you can't control what other people are going to think about you. The only thing that you can control is how you feel about you and your actions. So if you're not clear and concise about something that your boss told you to do, ask them for more detail. I saw this one thing. I think they said it on The Office too, but it's like, if I don't understand something, I've literally told somebody, okay, now explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old. You know what I mean? Like, break it down to every little detail because I want to get this correct. I don't want to assume that you said this or the other. I want to get it 100% right, and that's how it should be. And as long as you guys have that mutual respect, your boss for you and you for your boss, there wouldn't be a problem with you asking for more clear instructions or directions. Don't assume anything. Don't assume you can read people's minds. As much as I know we all think we could, don't, because you really don't know what's going on in somebody's mind, in somebody's head. Don't assume that somebody can read yours. It's all about clear communication. That's how we build strong, long-lasting relationships, is communicate, say what's on your mind, speak on how you feel, be impeccable with your word, as the first agreement says. Don't make any assumptions. Be clear and concise in what you're saying, and expect that whatever relationship you're in, that you're getting that in return. Don't make any assumptions and do your thing. This was a quick one. I'm gonna bounce up out of here. Young Suelo, don't make any assumptions. Next week, it'll be number 4. Stay tuned for that. Check back in. Let's go. Sage Cam. Peace.